Eat your vitamins.
I'm gonna tell you why I didn't like the Hulk. Professor Hulk. Professor Hulk is trash. Let me tell you why. One does not dispel the value of Back to the Future. Okay. I don't care how you feel. I don't care how smart you are. One does not dispel the truth of Back to the Future. That is literal gospel. Okay. You don't undermine Doc Brown like that,
Amen.
Professor Banner, with yourself in your too tight shirt, okay? Doc Brown didn't have to wear no too tight shirt, and he was excellent. You know why? Because he's Doc Brown, okay? So there you go, Professor Hulk. Hulk out on that. Dab. Ask your mom. I'll bet she knows.
Did you just say your mom?
Yeah, I did. Repeat. Your mom, part 2. Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black, White, Red All Over. I'm Victor Dandridge.
And I'm Ryan.
I feel like that was the perfect time.
Yeah.
Just cut that off.
Stop
Let's
it.
just
We're
come
good.
in here for that gets creepy. For that gets maybe. I don't know.
Oh my
Jeremy's
God.
looking like we might not have stopped it in time. Man, this was a big week.
Yes, it was.
This was some good reading.
It's a 5 Wednesday month. So
Right?
normally stuff's like super diluted. But this week,
No.
no.
They went in there. I was actually afraid that I was going too mainstream heavy, and I kind of did, but then I got a book over here that totally makes up for it. So yeah, definitely that. All right, so in our honorable mentions, we've got 2 that are the same, and then we defer. I kind of want to talk about Batman.
Yeah, because it really is like all the loose threads that people perceive Tom King has been doing
Right.
are starting to coalesce. And
Yes.
We're starting to see what he's really starting to
All right, so Batman 71, Tom King is the writer. We've got Janet and Fornes as the artists, and they tell 2 separate stories.
Yes, which kind of threw me at first.
Right.
And then I was like, oh, okay, now I see what's
2
happening.
separate things. I get it. This is probably one of the scariest things to me to happen to Batman.
Yeah.
Like, it's up there. This is so funny. Like, I was just reading Ultimates Volume 2, right?
Okay.
So obviously go back with me in the Wayback Machine.
Yeah.
Mark Miller, Brian Hitch, and Thor is having lunch with Volstagg.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden everybody's like, there was nobody there. And you're like, wait, what? That's the feeling that this gave me. Like, that's just so corrupt of any sort of sanity.
Yeah. What? Like an unhinged Batman.
Right. And it's like let's be honest here. Batman is not the most stable dude.
He's got issues.
He doesn't address his feelings very well.
No.
So for him to be unhinged further, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. I think though, okay, so a lot of this whole downward spiral. There we go.
Yeah.
I wanted to say downroll, and that's not a word.
Yeah.
This all happened after the wedding that didn't.
Yes.
Is that a statement of how much he loved Selena or how much he needed her?
Both.
Okay.
Like I can see both. Like that could be the fracturing moment where he's just like, dang it, internally there's nothing.
I have nothing else there.
Yeah. She also is a stabilizing influence. Like, as much as he might not want to openly admit to it, like, she has been a rock that has kind of anchored him over the decades.
Right. Man, that's okay. I'm terrified and excited. We have 29 issues left in this run. That sounds like a lot, but it's not.
It really
at
isn't.
all. Like, it's burning through. Because, I mean, literally 21 issues ago, which, again, wasn't that long ago, was the wedding issue. So, there's a lot happening here.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how thick this, 100-issue trade is going to
omnibuy?
be? Yeah, like, this is going to be nasty.
Yeah. It's going to be too expensive. It's going to be a tome, wrapped in leather and stuff for, the binding, maybe, gold and stuff.
I'm listening. I want this.
It's going to be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, there should be the Batcave edition.
Somebody please talk to you or something. I will final order cut off that right now.
Yeah, because I think that would sell. Shaped like a penny.
Oh my God.
There's ideas.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
ideas.
yeah. It comes in a box that's shaped like the Bat computer, so you open it up, and
And
that's
then-
what's inside. All right, we're just spitballing.
Yeah, just
we know
ideas,
nothing.
just
We know
ideas.
nothing. We're just saying.
Picture books.
Where do you want to go after that?
I kind of want to save Frisky Odin for last.
Yeah, let's.
Because that was such a treat. It really was.
It really was. It was. But then you brought up such a good point at the end, and I'm like,
right?
that's a wait.
Right?
A
But can
minute.
we even talk about that?
We can't. That is
it's
right. You're right.
spoilery.
All right. So let's talk the Immortal Hulk, because this is a series that I am so mad at myself for never having jumped on.
It sounded in the initial order packs for
Yeah.
the first issues. It's to me, and I'm the dummy. It sounded just stupid, and it didn't sell at first either. So I was like kind of vindicated.
You're like,
at first.
I told you.
But yeah, it's amazing. So like, Hulk went to hell,
Right.
is back. When there's sunlight,
Mm-hmm.
physically he has to be Banner. And normally, and the reason I'm phrasing it that way is because something different happened at the very tail end of issue 16
Mm-hmm.
and is really fully realized in 17.
Mm.
So there's like, that's the separating thing. At night, it's Hulk's body.
Right.
And Al Ewing is taking this like real horror vibe where the Hulk is full on a monster and playing with it and using like the different iterations of the Hulk as different compartmentalized personalities of Bruce Banners over the years that he's kind of created to like save himself. And Jiminy Christmas, this
Wow.
version of Hulk in this particular issue is scary. And the stuff that they're doing to try to kill Hulk
Right.
is not right on like 17 levels that I've figured out so far.
Oh my God.
Right? Because they're like, oh yeah, we'll use UV radiation to no.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
And flip to the end because what they kind of make an attack. Yeah. So,
oh no, that's
mhm. And Marvel has been like hyper aggressive in doing reprints for the issues. I think almost every single issue is either available now in an additional printing or will be on the 29th this month, which Marvel's dropping a ton of second and third prints. So you can either pick up the 3 trades, volume 3 ships this week, and you can be on your shelves this week, or you can hit up your local shop and get all the single issues. They won't all be first print by any stretch of the imagination, but you can get the entire run and old school style, sit down and read it 28 pages at a time. Yeah, like it's just, I was wrong. I was the wrong. I owe
just
out.
on that one image alone. I am
Yeah.
even more mad at myself for having not read this.
Yeah, I feel like I need to write Al Ewing a handwritten letter
Yeah.
and
yeah.
mail it to him and be like, dude, old school,
Wow.
I was wrong.
Wow.
Yeah. And apparently it's also now outselling Batman.
No joke.
No joke.
One time for the Hulk. One time
Yeah.
for Al Ewing, man. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't get enough credit. All right, so
Sorry.
Superman 11. It's what it is,
Yeah.
man. When you got Roggle on the cover, this is what you deserve. Okay, so again, this whole build-up, this Unity Saga piece, this is the House of L Part 5. So this is like the second arc within the Unity Saga. And it's big. It's definitely big. What's interesting is the way that Bendis is matching the notion that Superman is a small enough character to follow,
Mhm.
but a big enough character that has presence, so that when he shows up, other people pay attention.
Yeah.
And there's like oh, okay, he's here. We have to change how we're operating. What I've enjoyed the most about this is the inherent like humanizing of Superman, right? Superman in this regard is not just the world's greatest hero. He is a dad. He is a husband. He is a son. And in those regards, it's kind of broken. So we're really focusing on the fact that he's Jor-El's son, which means that he's the son of someone who he doesn't know and immediately has a level of distrust for.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. Like if Superman doesn't trust you,
That's
like, he trusts Batman.
Yeah.
And that dude's tried to kill him I don't know how many times.
Yeah.
So that's kind of rough. As John has been aged ahead, he's now like trying to be a parent to a kid that he really doesn't know.
Yeah, that'd be weird because you're losing this giant chunk of time.
Yeah.
In that stretch of aging and growth.
That
for a
stuff
kid
matters,
is-
man.
Yeah.
That absolutely matters. So like there's all these different things that are taking, shape, and Roggle, of course, who destroyed Krypton, and we still don't absolutely know why.
Yeah.
there, all these different components are coming together, and it's going to be a very interesting thing to see what stage this sets for Superman and the mythos long term after these runs.
Yeah.
So, real curious.
Yes, bueno.
Yes, yes. All right. The War of the Realms. What issue is this? 4?
Four.
Yeah, number 4.
It's so hard to read with like all.
It is. I'm like, what's the rune on it? I don't know which one. Jason Aaron, Russell Dodderman. Arguably a continuation of the Thor series.
Yes.
However, while the other issues did a really great job of incorporating everyone else, this is coming back around to bring in more Thor-centric, and I don't mind it.
Yeah.
It feels like that's the right move now, as opposed to start out so Thor-oriented.
Yeah, because I think with issue 5 and 6, it's going to spread back out.
Right.
But this one hits Freya.
Yes.
Hits Odin.
Yes.
And like seeing them as like a couple.
Listen, we haven't seen that in I don't know how long. Have we ever seen it that they got along?
Yeah.
How was Thor even born? The way that they interact.
Yeah. And here,
we see some.
We see. Like I felt like I was intruding, and it's during a battle, like a badass battle scene.
And mommy, daddy having a little private time in the midst of the battle. Yeah.
Like Malekith should have felt like, man, you know, this is
like, guys, I'm not supposed. Please, la 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 la. Okay, so let me ask you this. I felt like upon reading this one, the books that are in between, things must have happened, and this is picking up there.
Yeah.
So unlike, say, Civil War, which seemed to have the main book carry a specific thread, and other things could be offshoots from that.
Yep. It's kind of the opposite.
Okay,
and Marvel doesn't overprint at all, which is awesome. So
what you get is what you get.
Yeah.
But if you didn't know ancillary okay.
Yeah. See, I can't swear on this version
Yeah,
of the show.
yeah,
So,
but that's what that is. Okay.
Yeah, that's
okay.
which I hate, because there's like certain stuff that you're like, how did they get from there?
Right,
to
because
there?
I'm like, wait a minute, that's not where we were last issue.
Yeah.
But I have to admit, that's an interesting thing.
Right? Do you want that dude teaming up with that dude?
No, I do not.
That's a bad.
I
That's
do
bad
not.
for everybody.
However, I am disappointed at the way that played out, because I thought that when they used it, that it was going to take over what they used it on.
Yeah.
That would have been amazing. Oh.
Yeah. This is so much fun. This thing is ridiculous fun.
It is a lot of fun. It's kind of I don't know, like, is it wrong to compare it to Walt Simonson's stuff and just say the like whatever could happen is happening?
Yes.
And it's fun. It's this is not okay. So barring our conversation like pre-filming, if you like the jokester Thor from the Avengers series currently, don't read this book.
I probably wouldn't.
Don't read this book. This is not that guy.
Yeah. In Thor's got 2 weapons.
Yes, he does. At this point, I would argue that he's got a couple more, because listen, that contraption that he outfits himself with,
I don't know what
there.
It just looks like scary. Where did he get that? Is that
that's what.
That's from the.
Yes. Yes. That's what he bought. Yeah.
Ooh, they screwed.
Like,
oh,
I mean,
like as badass as I thought that was.
Yeah. No. That is from that. Yes. And I can see, like, forget cans of whoop tail, kegs. He's about to start cracking open kegs of it. Malekith, he should probably run.
He probably should.
I feel like
he should probably find Christopher Eccleston
and just be like, hey, can I get on your TARDIS and you go back?
You pretend to be Malekith again. I just want to be Doctor Who for a while.
Yeah, let me be Doctor Who.
Thor's coming.
And he's like, wait, what? Bing! Oh, that's not even okay. Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun. All right, so moving on to the acrylic.
Yes.
We've got 2 that are the same.
Yes.
And then 1 that's different.
Yes.
Personally, I want to end with that one.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. Because it's filling a void that I think the general reading populace is engaging in right now.
I agree. All right, so we start with Naomi?
Yeah.
All right. So Naomi number 5, co-written by Brian Bendis and David Walker, with art by Jamal Campbell. Dude.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
Mm-hmm.
I
now that we know her origin,
Yes.
we know the other mysterious people in the city. Where they're from.
Yes.
Kind of.
Yes.
She is a big character.
Huge. I'm still saying that the emblem
Mhm.
is like a white lantern, but if given the context of
Yeah.
this, who knows what that even means?
Right.
Like that's
Right?
what?
Because it plays. Oh, I know.
Right? Yeah, you can't say that.
Yeah, because it
You
wasn't
can't
talked
say
about in
that.
the previous issue.
You can't say that. You can't say that. I'm sorry.
The worst part about Naomi is you cannot get the earlier issues if you don't
No?
already have them. Yeah, they're unavailable. They did a final printing for some of them.
So, David actually showed on Facebook the other day that there's a copy. I want to say of Naomi #1 slab 9.8 going for $500 on eBay.
Yeah.
And he's like, seriously? Are you
No, that's
joking?
real.
I mean, #1, the series is good. The thing that I guess gets me is that it's the slabbed #1, but then you can't read it.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah, it's-
awesome. Like you can't even understand why it's so valuable when you slab it like
you're
that.
I
I got it.
Why?
Why?
do I have it
Oh
then?
no, but I got it.
I've heard it's got pictures.
Yay!
No,
Some
it's
words.
Stupid good.
No, that's gonna be a crazy
Yeah.
good series. Once it goes to trade,
Yeah.
I think the trade's gonna be
Oh, it's gonna blow up huge.
ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. The dialogue, of course, is snappy. It's super strong,
Yeah.
and those two together, I think, writing wise, they are such natural storytellers
Yeah.
that it could easily like overpower the art. Like
Yeah.
you wouldn't even need it.
Yeah.
But Jamal is holding his
Yes.
own. This is a
Yeah.
beautiful book.
It's amazing. It's gorgeous, and the way that her armor
Yes,
costume
yes.
and that entire vibe from that book,
Oh,
it's just it's
I want to see
it's
that
an
animated.
yeah.
So bad.
This should be a DC animation thing.
Yes.
Yeah, and Superman was in issue 1?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even care that it was there. Like that just happened to be something to start the
It was
plot.
something that was there. That's actually like a really smart way to do it. You have a character that is a common, thread
Yeah.
for the entire universe. Boom, intro, and then now let's give you something brand new.
Yeah.
Awesome. Absolutely awesome.
I love
I
this.
definitely enjoyed it very, very much. Tell me about that one.
Ooh, Little Bird. Right. Little Bird, Image Comics. This week is number 3. Darcy Van Polgeest and Ian Bertram are the 2 top billings. I apologize. I cannot find the video that you commented on saying I need to check out Little Bird.
But wow.
I thank you for pointing this out because I was the dumb. Okay, this book is stupid awesome. All right, so if you took like one of the like the Japanese animation companies
Right.
that do like the more mature stuff, the
Right.
rated R, kind of like the stuff our kind of vibe, and then you sent them to Europe, and you had like one of those like high end adult European
Like humanoid
yeah
teaches them something.
yeah, and they formed the synthesis. This is yeah, it's so freaking metal. It takes place in the future.
Okay.
And there's been some kind of ecological apocalypse or something. The Vatican or something that calls themselves that are now taken over. And there's like this underground resistance movement. And it's like, it's got high fantasy elements, but it's more of a high technology sci-fi vibe.
Oh my God, that's brilliant.
Yeah. So the images are just gorgeously rendered. You feel immersed in this strange yet yes, I can't even say what I'm looking at on the page right now, but yeah, it's just so amazing. So there's Little Bird it's not the story of a little bird. I'm just not gonna
You can bury the lead on that one.
but there's this character, this daughter, young girl that wears stuff that looks kind of like a bird, and she's part of the underground resistance, and her grandfather is one of the leaders of it, and they're basically just trying to destroy the Vatican as far as I can tell.
God.
And the Vatican, for whatever reason, wants her. Up until this issue, we don't know why. I went back and read. It's so good. I'm gonna have to double check because Image, I think, did a second print for number 1, so I'm gonna have to see if they're still available at Diamond.
Dude, you don't have any here?
No.
Do you have any issue 2s?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna buy that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really really good. If you're looking for
Gorgeous.
something with that kind of like humanoids vibe, or
Reminds me of Raphael
it
Grandpa's
really
art,
does.
like, and I love his stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I highly recommend. Thank you for calling me out. I
That's a good one.
greatly appreciate it.
That's a good one. I took on Daredevil number 5.
Yes.
Chip Zdarsky, Chichetto on the art. This is so good. This is so good. We are all right. So we already know the setup is Matt accidentally killed someone.
Yeah.
And at this point, he's trying to go extra hard to prove that he is a worthwhile hero.
Yeah.
And he's had very interesting run-ins with other people to save him. Like Punisher had to save him.
The sweet irony of that.
Yes, like, and Punisher's like, now you're finally catching up. You're getting rid of the dirt. You're killing him. You know, this was last issue, and of course Matt is like, no, that was an accident. And Punisher's like, Frank's like, was it? Was it? You say accident, I say accidente. Like whatever. You know, it means like Frank is a horrible influence. Like, let's just say that.
Yeah.
So Matt trying to get away from him and again establish the devil, brings on some very interesting persons. And in fact, wait, I just put it in there and I'm gonna take it away. This moment is so beautiful right here.
Ooh.
Right? Do you have a guess as to who that is?
I think I might.
Okay, put it in your head.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in your head.
Okay.
Because I know who I thought, and it's not that, and this is way better. Okay?
No, that was not what I guessed.
I bet we had the same person in mind.
Yeah.
I'll bet we had the same person in mind. We will talk about this later. All right, so it's just a fantastic crime story. Again, bringing Daredevil away from the superhero roots, or I guess maybe not bringing him away from it, but bringing what it means to be a superhero down to street level. And beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I would tell more, but that's spoiling, so I can't. And I'm really eager to get to Orphan Age number 2.
Yes.
Oh,
This story that Anderson and Plotty are giving us is everything I loved about early Walking Dead. It takes it's inspired by that.
Clearly.
And this issue,
it got me.
Yeah.
In the stupidest way. Okay, I read this one first.
Okay.
Which, in the lineup of things, I thought it was a good plan.
Yeah.
It set a bar. It set a huge bar.
Mm-hmm.
The characterization is so on point.
Yeah.
And Nuno's artwork there's something so meticulously cool about it. It's not super detail oriented, but every line is on purpose.
Yeah.
And it works. Like, I want to know how many different sketches go into this before he decides it's this or it's not that. Like, I really want to know, because everything art-wise especially is so well crafted. Yeah. It's perfect.
Like, how many pages are just kind of set aside that didn't make the cut?
They're just like, nah, I don't like this one. Or are they like, I don't know, collage together where instead he's like, I don't like this panel. So he does it over here and he's like, that's the one, and puts it over top. I don't know. Yeah. I'm going to ask those questions. But yeah, the characterizations of everyone, Princess, I mean, Daniel, everyone, I believe them. Yeah. They are real people. Yeah. And I love it.
It's real. Like, every single one of those characters, every single one of these situations rings true. And I don't doubt for a second that if something were to happen years later, this would be a real
It's a real place. It's a real thing. I loved what the one character said about the 3 people. Yeah. And it made me start to think like, well, who am I? Right? Who would I be in this regard? And I think I know who I'm not, but I'm having a hard time settling on who I am. Yeah. And that's...
Yeah, because that was a real when you read it, because you will, because it's
sense.
ridiculously good.
Of course.
It really does kind of like, now which of these characters is which?
Right. And that's the scary part, because that's a legit question that I think is going to be a theme for all of them. I just was listening to Save the Cat, which is a book on screenwriting, and they were saying like the person who should say what the theme is not the main character. So I was really like, I wonder if that's what this is here. Brilliantly done. Yeah, this was really good. The twist.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming. And then the resolution.
Yeah.
I definitely didn't see coming.
Yeah.
And I loved both of them.
Yeah. The fact that you're reading, and we've read, there have been so many apocalypse comics.
Right.
Everything's kind of a retread of a retread.
Right.
And then when you get hit with something that's fresh and you don't.
Didn't catch not nary a part of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, what? Oh.
Right?
And then the response was so calculated.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is what's happening. Try me if you want to.
Yeah.
This is what it is.
It makes me want to know even more about that dude's backstory.
Oh my God.
Because clearly there was a system in place that was the trap. And then there's clearly this dude has been through enough stuff.
Right.
Because he was calm.
But so has she, because she recognized what was like hidden.
Yeah.
Completely hidden.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm eager to find out more about these characters.
Yes.
Shout out to Ted Anderson, right?
Yes.
For like such a great story setup. It's fantastic. It's really fantastic. I'm loving it. Definitely my pick for book of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Orphan Age #2. It's AfterShock.
So you know it's good.
I mean, it's dope. You already know. That's fantastic. Are you gonna spoil that one?
Yeah,
Or...
yeah, we can. Why not?
All right.
I mean, it's up on our eBay store.
I'm with it. Speaking of eBay, we got something we can talk about finally.
Yeah.
Let's shall we share?
Heck yeah.
Okay.
All right. So we've got two special exclusive variant covers for Dark Red #3. Dark Red #3, which if you haven't heard about yet, shame, under rock in which you have lived, comes out not next week, on the 29th, so a couple weeks out. We've got two exclusive covers for it, drawn by Wando.
What? Dark Arc Wando, y'all.
So, World of Comic Town is the eBay store. I'll have it up on also on our Facebook page, both through the shop, Comic Town, and for our Facebook page for Black, White, and Red all over.
That's right.
So we got the two covers. One of which is a virgin with no trade dress.
Nice.
Just kind of a reddish sort of thing. Goes with the vampire
quite beautiful.
theme.
Quite
it
beautiful.
really is. Yeah. The other one, and I am very, very, very appreciative of the folks at AfterShock for working with us on this one. The other one is a more colorized version of Juan's art, and the trade dress is black, white, and dark red all over.
Oh,
so they let us play with that.
Yes.
So we've got those up there. Check them out. They're $12.99. Includes shipping and handling.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so once on the 29th, when #3 officially releases, we'll get all those mailed out to you.
You want it. You know you do. You know you do.
Yeah, and so go and buy issues 1 and 2 because there was a second print of 1.
They're so freaking good.
So good, and you're not prepared for what happens in #3.
Yeah.
Not even close.
And on that note, if this is your first time watching us, definitely click the like button. And we want you guys to come back, so hit the subscribe and the bell for notification.
That way you don't miss a single one of our weekly spoiler-free reviews and B-roll footage.
It's good. You might even end up on some B-roll footage. You never know.
You never know.
You never ever know. Okay, it could be the subject of conversation. You could be in the store just walking by. Who knows? Who knows? Those things can happen.
Yeah,
it's real.
Yeah, the owner's a drinker.
Wow, that escalated really quickly.
It did.
Really quickly.
Yeah.
Man, confessional. All right. Of water. That is water in there, yeah? Good night, everybody.